Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We are here live tonight at Charlie George Stadium as the Robinson Senators taking on the Lonoke Jackrabbits tonight. And so far, it's kind of been a defensive contest here in the first quarter. It's currently Joe T leading it 3-0 on top of the Jackrabbits. And we begin the second quarter now with Joe T with the ball at the 21-yard line. Great to have everybody watching tonight. Appreciate everybody. Be sure to get it out and share this everywhere. We're trying to build this thing as we keep going here. And like I said, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Joe T at the Lonoke 21-yard line. The snap goes to Freeman. Murphy keeps it. He keeps it off to the right, and he gets the first down. Man, had me fooled right there. Gets all the way, looks like, to the 9-yard line of Lonoke, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. Again, everybody, if you're just joining us, we had some technical difficulties to start the game tonight, but thank goodness this week is just a scrimmage, so we're getting all the kinks worked out so we can bring you the game next week at Pulaski Academy. And at this time, I'd like to bring on a friend of mine. I'd like to bring on a good friend of mine and the creator of all this, Steve Henson. Steve, thanks for coming over tonight, man.
Boy, I hate to step in as Murphy rounds the corner. He's going to score on that one.
Touchdown, real quick there. That was quick, out of nowhere. And, the number 19, Quentin Murphy, into the end zone for the Senator touchdown. First touchdown of the year for the sophomore sensation, Quentin Murphy. And, Steve, this is a really good Robinson team, and so far we haven't seen a lot, but right there Robinson was able to get a drive going here to start the second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I probably should have waited about a play and a half there before I tried to jump in, but it has been a night of technical difficulties, as you said, and I want to apologize to the Robinson folks as we've been working hard to get everything up and working, and that's what these games are for, is just as much as practice for them. It's going to be practice for us tonight.
Yep, and that was John Tate, the sophomore kicker, with the extra point, and with 11:49 to go here in the second quarter, the Senators lead it 10-0 here in this first scrimmage of the year.
See, the Senators, what they were doing was really just waiting on us to get everything up before they scored a touchdown. They knew that things weren't working, so they just wanted to see a touchdown or see us get up and run before a touchdown was scored.
I'm with you on that.
I truly believe that's the issue. So, but we do appreciate everybody joining us, and I'm excited, man. This is our inaugural Robinson Sports Network broadcast. Some of you may recognize my voice from the highlight video we put out for PCSSD, and I'll just go ahead and say it now because I've caught plenty of crud. I do apologize for the way that my voice and my inflection sounded in that game, but here you have to understand, we were Maumelle Sports Network at the time, and we were up 20 points going into the fourth quarter.
Sure was. So that was such a fun game to watch, too. The second half, I remember watching y'all stream from a year ago, and, man, it was really – I know y'all probably didn't agree with it, but, man, the comeback by Robinson was just unreal.
Oh, it was incredible. I mean, there's no – and I said after, and I think I told you later in the season, but I said after that game, I said, this is the springboard for Robinson to really make a push. And, of course, they didn't lose again after that. He's going to have to field that as well. It's dead kicking games. So it doesn't matter.
Dead game here.
But, so, I mean, it was, that game was wild, but it seemed to be the springboard to really push Robinson and get them going. And, of course, didn't lose a game from that point on. Went on to win the 4A state championship. Now move up to 5A Central. And, Aaron, this is a 5A Central that is going to be wide open. 5A in general that's going to be wide open this year.
Yeah, for the first time in almost a decade, 5A is going to be wide open after, we saw PA Pulaski Academy and Little Rock Christian bump up to 6A this year, where they will have to compete in that tough 6A West Conference. But, yeah, this is going to be a really fun year. I think this is a really good Robinson Senator team that we've got put together this year. And, again, this is my first year with the Robinson program, and so far I can't thank the Robinson faithful enough to welcome me in and do this. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get things going. Lonoke on the 20-yard line of their own side of the field. And this is a quarterback, Allen, going to keep it to the left side. Allen gets out to the 30, and he's taken out of bounds. Looks like they're going to mark him right around the 29-yard line. And, Steve, we're talking about this quarterback. Now, Lonoke's a 4A school. They'll be competing in the 2 4A conference, and they're in a pretty tough 4A conference as well. I know that a lot of people consider it a top-heavy conference. They've got Stuttgart in their conference, which Stuttgart, they've been really good the past couple of years. And then Harding Academy, the newbies to Class 4A after dominating Class 3A for the last 4 years. Lonoke really has their hands full here, but I think this quarterback, Mr. Braden Allen, looks really good. Allen's going to keep it again, gets it to the 30, all the way down to the 37-yard line, and that's the second straight keeper for Allen right there. And Allen was an all-state player a year ago, and I'm sure Lonoke is banking on him hard again to have a really big season.
Allen looks good out there right now. Speed-wise, he's able to get to the edge a couple of times there, and you know that Coach Escola and his crew are not going to be too happy about the fact that they're giving up that much yardage on the quarterback run.
Yeah, again, Lonoke beginning their season as well with the new head coach, Chris Norton. He is new to the program, coached at Perryville the last 3 years, so I'm sure he's excited to get it going. Anyway, here we go. 1st and 10 now for Lonoke. Allen going to run the option, pitches it to Burnett. Burnett's got some opening room, takes a big shot. That is number 6, Ashton Williams, on the hit, and we're going to be seeing a lot of number 6 make a lot of tackles on this defense for Robinson this year.
Ashton Williams is a big-time talent. He's a guy that I came out for team camp a couple of weeks ago, and Big Braylon Russell over at Benton was here, and Ashton laid a hit on Russell that helped let Russell, let's say he skipped the rest of the day after that. Ashton will hit you.
Yeah. So that run by Latrell Burnett will bring up 2nd and 1 here for the Jackrabbits, probably one of the cooler mascots in the state of Arkansas. Allen looks at the defense. Here's the snap. Allen going to keep it himself up the middle, and he is met. Looks like that's big number 56 of Joe T. Robinson. That is, trying to find that, Chase Swede on the tackle. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 for Robinson here. Another big defensive stand right here for Robinson, something I'm sure Coach Escola would like to see here to start in the scrimmage. And again, the scrimmage, if nobody knows how the scrimmage is working, they're going to play 3 full quarters of football. And then once we reach the 4th quarter, it'll be a continuous clock, and we won't stop for anything. And I'm sure that quarter will probably be full of a lot of second-string guys that are trying to get some reps, Steve.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, you'll see a lot of the younger guys. I figure we'll see some of Kanan Bell, some in that second half. You know, the interesting thing last year about this Robinson team was they did something similar with Ja'Kyson Wright. And I'll let you jump in here as Allen
tries to get away. Wow, great pass, and Burnett makes a move. There goes Burnett down the sideline, and he's going to be brought down right around the 32-yard line, and what a move by Braden Allen. That was one of the reasons why he was an all-state quarterback last year for Lonoke, and really turned in a busted play into a big play.
He did a heck of a job just to keep that play alive. I'm looking at the kind of delay we've got on my computer over here, and he shook one defender, and then a great move by the wide receiver out wide to get open and get a couple extra yards out of that.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Lonoke inside the Robinson 25-yard line. Looks like they got it marked at the 23-yard line. And Lonoke looking to the sideline to get the call here. Lonoke went 6-3 last year, had a decent season, lost their first-round playoff game, though, and that's something Coach Norton has been mentioned to say they're trying to fix. So, anyway, 1st and 10 for Lonoke. Comes in motion. We got a flag on the play. Awaiting the call here. And it looks like the penalty is going to go against Lonoke. Will remain first down, though. You're going to have some big plays, out of the Robinson defense. I just mentioned it a second ago. Coach Escola has mentioned something about this defense. They're going to have to be able to play stout football, and we talked about they're a really physical team as well. So right now it's a defensive standstill at the moment with Robinson up 10-0, as you see on our score bug down at the bottom of the screen. So it's going to be 1st and 15 now for Lonoke. Allen in the gun. Here's the snap. Allen drops back, looks to the throw. Here comes Pennington, and he shovels it over to the sideline, but it's incomplete. That number 53, Micah Pennington, was on the trail there of Allen. And this Pennington kid, he's another kid on this defense of Robinson that's considered statewide one of the best recruits in the state of Arkansas, Steve.
Yeah, I think, what's he, in the 49 range or something like that?
So.
I've got it here. But, they've got several on this team. Hooten's ranked in the top 50 of their top 50 recruits. And so, again, this is a very, very talented Robinson team as they move up to 5A. And they're going to make a lot of noise in the 5A this year.
I agree. So it's going to be second and 15 for Lonoke now at the 23-yard line of Robinson. Allen drops back to pass. Looks down the middle, up top. He's got a man, and it's going to be caught. And that is number 3, Landon Jones for Lonoke on the Jackrabbit touchdown. And the Lonoke has broken the ice here, and they've got their first touchdown of the year on the board. And that was a great ball by Allen. Kind of left them wide open down the middle. Not something you want to see by the Robinson defense there.
Yeah, good pocket, good clean pocket, stepped up. Safety had bit down inside, and that was just an easy pitch and catch for a touchdown there for Lonoke.
Yeah, so looks like that is number 12, Tom Boatwright, to attempt the point after here.
Looks like Lonoke has reincarnated Brandon Allen as an offensive lineman.
I think so. That's what I was looking at it. Kick is off the front of the goalpost, and it is no good. Kind of an ugly kick there, but we do have some more football to play. It's 9:40 left here in the second quarter. Robinson leads it 10-6. And hold on, what's going on? Oh,
I want to say a big thanks to our buddy Max Bennett. Max is, I believe, the SID now up in Quincy, Illinois, and excited to have him all the way up in Quincy watching us here. He's got us on the big screen. He sent me a picture here. So he's got us on the big screen watching us all the way from Illinois, so we appreciate that. And that reminds me, if you're watching now on YouTube or if you're watching this later when you get home after the game, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button and subscribe so you don't miss any of the games. Every single game this year will be broadcast right here on the Robinson Sports Network YouTube channel or over on our Natural State Sports YouTube channel. You'll be able to find it on either one any night, as well as the Facebook Robinson Sports Network channel as well. You'll be able to find it in either one of those all season long. And, Aaron, you put out a good post on the Robinson Sports Network page today or on your own that you shared, but reminder that if you ever see a link that comes out and it's asking you to pay to watch any of the Robinson streams, whether it's a home or away game, don't click on it.
Nope.
Always come to YouTube, come to the Natural State Sports page or the Robinson Sports Network page, and that's where you're going to find every single game. You'll never be charged for watching a game here on our networks.
Yeah, that's why I said subscribe too. So when you go to subscribe, that's where we're going to be. You don't have to look. Don't have to go looking and scrounging around on Facebook, Twitter, anywhere else. So.
And the cool thing is you'll get the live alerts too.
Exactly. So go ahead and go press that subscribe button real fast. So. A little short kick there by Boatwright. They're going to down it right around the 25-yard line. And now the Robinson offense comes back on the field. They had started the second quarter on the Lonoke 20-yard line, and it only took them 3 plays to take it in before Quentin Murphy took it in himself. So let's see what the Robinson offense can do here. Again, if you haven't been watching Robinson football the past 2 years at least, Robinson is coming off a Class 4A state championship, and Robinson will be competing in the 5A Central, so we're eager to see what will happen there. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for Robinson on their own 21-yard line. Murphy looks to the left at his receivers.
I'll tell you something I'd like to see out of Murphy here is him just continue to improve his passing ability. That's the one weak link for Murphy, and that was a false start.
Yeah,
he wanted to go deep, and he might have had him too.
That was number 4, Jamarcus Brown. Moving pretty quick down the field, but yeah, it's going to be a false start on Joe T. Robinson, and that'll back him up 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15. Before we get this next play off, I'd like to send my congratulations out to my actual color commentator, Mr. Tyler Chenault. He and his wife had their baby yesterday, I believe, and that is where he is right now, taking care of her. So congratulations on that, Tyler.
He'll be back for our Natural State Sports Game of the Week, so you'll be able to see the game against PA right here on the Robinson Sports Network or on the big Natural State Sports YouTube channel, and we're excited about that one. That's going to be a lot of fun down the street.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people there, and it's going to be some good football too. You know, PA obviously coming off the 5A state championship, and they're now in the 6A, and there's 2 teams they're definitely familiar foes to one another. So
curious to see as PA is going to match up with Bryan. Is that tonight? It's this week.
That is tonight.
That's what I thought.
Our buddy Kyle Sutherland just posted something on Twitter about it, and I think he's actually there watching it. So, which I'm really looking forward to that Greenwood-Pulaski Academy game later on in the year.
That'll be a lot of fun,
That'll be really fun.
It's going to be really interesting to see how the 5A and the 6A ends up shaking out this year with those moves.
So it's going to be 2nd and long here for Joe T. Murphy drops back after a play action. He's got a man deep, and it's just out in front of him. Intended receiver was number 1, Chase Nichols, and Robinson now comes up 3rd down and long here That's another thing. Murphy's got the arm. He's got the arm to make the play, make the pass. Just going to have to, make some better throws here to try and, figure out how to work with these receivers well.
I want to mention, too, we've got some really great advertising options here on the stream this season. I want to say thanks first to our friends over at Cornerstone Home Lending and Dio Vanucci for sponsoring our touchdowns across all the PCSSD Sports Network, but they're going to be right here on Robinson as well. So go see our friend Dio Vanucci with Cornerstone Home Lending.
Murphy by himself in the backfield. Murphy drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Going to pull it down and run it. Here comes Murphy down the middle of the field. Takes a shot from the right, and he gets a first down all the way down to the 35-yard line. And Quentin Murphy, what about that play right there, Steve?
23 on that play, and that's the X factor that is Quentin Murphy, is his ability to make things happen when they break downfield. And, we talk about our sponsors. He's trained by my friend over at Relentless Performance Training, Alicia Colvin, and she does a great job with Quentin, and she just raves about what kind of athlete he is.
Murphy brings the man in motion. Here's a snap, looks to throw over. It's caught. Here he comes down the sideline. That is number 5, Jaden Dotson on the catch, and he's brought down right around the 40-yard line. It'll be about a 5-yard gain. Not a terrible play. A lot of those little hitch plays are big-time plays for some of these teams, and Robinson taking advantage here early.
Robinson kind of finding a little something here, able to move the ball down the field. They've struggled in the first quarter, but now that since we got the stream up and going here in the second, they seem to have found a little bit of offense.
Here we go. Murphy's got a man in the backfield with him. Here's a snap. Pump fakes. Throws it down the middle. Got a man open, but it's incomplete. Just out of the outstretched hands of number 9, Evans Olami on the catch, or on the incompletion, I'll say. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5 now for Robinson. And consistency right now, I think, is the key in a scrimmage like this. You want to see your team kind of build some confidence, work the offense in a consistent type of way, and I think that's kind of what Robinson's going for right now.
And in film study, that coaches will really, really harp on that when that's a pass you've really got to connect on.
Here's the snap. Murphy hands it off. That's number 26. Tank Reese on the carry, and it's going to be right close to the first down marker. And trying to get a call here. Looks like it is going to be a first down. That's number 26, Tank Reese, the freshman on the carry. And we got another first down. Robinson, nice little move the pile there. Brings up 1st and 10 at the Robinson 45-yard line, I'll say. Again, if you're just joining us, it's currently 10-6, Robinson on top of Lonoke. Here's the snap. Murphy looks to the left, now looks down the middle, having to move around to the pocket, and he is going to be taken down. It's going to take the whole defense just about to take him down. And for Lonoke, that was number 77, Cole Crablin on the tackle, I'll say. And that'll bring up 2nd. Looks like he did gain a yard there, Steve. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, he avoided the sack. That'll frustrate some defensive guys throughout the whole season to think you got a sack and a guy falls forward to give him a yard. But again, that's the big difference with Murphy. But you talk about Tank Reese as well. That is a good looking freshman down there on the football field for this Robinson team.
That's a big kid as a freshman. Here's the snap. They give it to Reese. Reese off to the right side, moving through the holes. Reese has got an opening, but he takes a shot right around the 44-yard line. And incoming to make that play was number 4, Latrell Burnett of Lonoke. Man, what a shot that was. But he got right back up, and it's a first down Robinson, Steve.
He crumpled and got right back up. So, yeah, that was and again, Reese is an impressive-looking freshman, 5'11", 180, and just going to be another in the long line of great Division I prospects that come through Robinson.
Yeah, we had Daryl Searcy last year for Robinson. He's now walking on at the University of Arkansas, and just another talented group of running backs coming up, including this cat right here, Noah Freeman on the carry. He gets down to about the 41-yard line. And, I remember Coach Escola talking about Noah. Noah's been waiting his turn. We've had a couple of really good running backs, Hunter Smith from a couple of years ago, Daryl Searcy from last year. And this year I think it's Noah's time. I think Noah's really going to, succeed. I think he's going to take the moment, and I think he's going to do really good with it.
Noah's a guy that when I left team camp, I said that's going to be a walking highlight there all year long.
Here's the snap. Murphy looks to the left, pump fakes, throws it over the top, down the sideline, and it's incomplete. just over the outstretched arms of Dotson again. And that'll bring up 3rd down now for Robinson.
Freeman, a guy that last year he scored 12 touchdowns and 371 yards in a backup role behind Searcy. So he's a guy that's got plenty of action on the field, and look for him to really be an impact player with a really stacked backfield really for this Robinson team.
I agree. So this brings up 3rd down for Robinson here. Murphy in the backfield. Here's the snap. He hands it off to I think that's number 7, Malik Oakney. And he is down right at the 4-yard line.
I believe that was DeBoard. No, that's 61 on the tackle. It'll be Jonathan Lewis.
Lonoke's got some size up front. I mean, they really do. They look like, they've got some really, really talented guys up front for them.
And that's an intriguing piece when you look at the offensive line for Robinson. A little small. They've got a couple of guys that are get over 250, but for the most part, this is nothing like you had last year with a guy like a Marion Harris down there playing tackle.
So they're going to go for it. Here's the snap. Murphy rolls out to the right, almost trips, but he makes the man miss. Murphy's still going. Gets flipped over the top. And
get up, Quentin.
It's a 1st down, and Murphy gets right back up from it. What a run by the sophomore Quentin Murphy. And Robinson still alive here with 5:20 to go in the 2nd quarter. What a run right there, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a sponsorship opportunity I got to throw out there for the 1st down. So if you want your business's name mentioned after every 1st down, let us know. We'd love to have you on the broadcast. And a big play by Quentin Murphy.
So here we go. It's back in the shotgun again. Murphy drops back, but we got a flag here late on the near side.
Be a false start on Robinson.
And it will be a false start on the Senators. Got to clean that up. There's been a couple of penalties go on Robinson's way, and there's, I would say, probably too many. We don't have a statistician with us currently, but I think there's already been at least 4 penalties called on Robinson this game. That's including the 1st quarter, which unfortunately we did not get. But we're here with you now. So coming back here, it's going to be 1st and 15 for Robinson at the Lonoke 39-yard line. Here's the snap. He hands it off to Malik. Malik off to the right side, runs through a man, but he's finally dragged down right around the 32-yard line. And that's another good gain for Robinson there. They've ran the ball quite a bit to start the game. Actually marked at the 32-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 now for the Senators.
A good job to get 7, though, after the penalty, so get you back in a manageable 2nd down.
Beautiful night here at Charlie George Stadium in Robinson, getting football season started. Week 0 is next week, so we're extremely ready to get things going. So Murphy looks to the left. Going to have to roll out. He's got a man chasing him down. Takes a shot, throws a ball deep, but it's incomplete. Intended receiver was number 9, Evans Olamy. And that'll bring up 3rd down now for Robinson. I got to say, Murphy took a shot right there as he threw that ball.
I'll tell you, though, Aaron, once they find the touch, once Murphy finds the touch, he's going to be really good.
A dangerous team and a dangerous quarterback over the next couple of years. And I don't think I've seen a sophomore quarterback that big either.
No.
He's a big kid, not saying he's fat or anything, but he's really strong, really stout, and there's a reason why he's a really good runner too.
He looks like a D1 athlete, even as a sophomore.
Here's the snap.
That's Reese again. Big hole.
Down the field, and that is a touchdown, Robinson. Is that no? That's 28. Number 28, Jalen Knowlton on the carry, and that is a Robinson touchdown. That'll put him up now 16-6 here with 4:14 to go in the 2nd quarter. We do have a flag. I'm sorry, that was premeditated, and it is against Robinson. So that penalty touchdown will be negated. Folks do apologize about names. We're still trying to get some names kind of here and there. I'm trying to memorize these guys. These are all really good players, man. It's really hard to keep up with a lot of them, but we'll have that fixed by next week.
Well, I tell you, again, I'm going to throw out another sponsorship opportunity here. If you're a eye doctor, an eye clinic, I think the penalty flag sponsorship would be perfect for you. So let us know, because wouldn't it be great to hear your eye care clinic being named after every penalty flag that gets thrown? So a great opportunity there, as we've got a relentless performance timeout called here by – who called that? Was it Lonoke or Robinson? I missed the call.
Believe that was a Robinson timeout there.
Let's see. And it looks like they pulled one off of the Robinson side. So timeout called by Robinson. That's a Relentless Performance Training timeout, as our friend Alicia Coleman and Relentless Performance is the sponsor of our timeouts all season long here on the Robinson Sports Network. We appreciate her. She does a lot of great work with athletes, including Quentin Murphy. So you guys, we'll have a lot more information from her as we get through the season. But you can look her up on Facebook, Alicia Colvin, or Relentless Performance Training on Facebook as well.
So, again, for everybody watching here, obviously Mr. Steve Henson, the guy that's really gotten all this going, he's one half of the piece here. But he is with me tonight, but he will not be with me for the rest of the year, unfortunately. He'll be on the enemy side of Maumelle, on the other side of the river. So, but I do appreciate you coming out tonight, taking over for Tyler. I'd say it's a pretty big deal what Tyler's having, doing at home right now. So.
He messaged me, and he was almost like, man, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm like, you had a child.
Yeah, man.
Like, you need a couple of weeks? Take a couple of weeks. We can figure it out. Like that's a blessing, all kinds of blessings. And so we just appreciate the fact that Tyler will be out with us again next week, to be honest. Now, I figure by next Friday he may be ready for a few hours out of the house.
I think so, too, and especially with the game we got to cover next week.
Boy, so you're not kidding.
It'll be fun next Friday. So here we go, back on the field. It's going to be 3rd and 6 here for Robinson. Murphy gets the snap. He hands it off to Knowlton again. Knowlton running through some tackles, but he's finally brought down pretty hard right there. Looks like that is number 18 of Lonoke, Marquez Jackson Jr., and it's now going to be 4th down for Robinson after the Knowlton carry.
A really good group watching us right now. 69 folks watching us live on YouTube. I've not checked over on Facebook, but a good number so far. So you guys remember, we're an interactive broadcast as well. So tonight it may be choppy as to how much we can respond to the comments just because we're trying to get all the bugs and kinks worked out. But you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, shoot some comments to us. Let us know what you think of the stream. Obviously, if there's any kind of delays, we're going to have all that worked out and the kinks worked out by next Friday.
So it's 4th down. They're going to go for it. Knowlton gets the carry, but he is not going to get it. And he is stuffed right around the 40-yard line. Escola is not happy right there. You can see him on the sideline getting after his quarterback. And, again, you're working with the sophomore quarterback. He, it doesn't matter. He's got all the talent in the world. He's a great kid. I'm sure he's got a great work ethic, but sophomore quarterback, there's going to be mistakes.
Yeah, I think Murphy missed a call there. There was an audible call, and I think that's what he was trying to say, and I think he missed it. They had a different play they wanted to run there. It was kind of an interesting call on 4th and 3 to go with more of a delay handoff, but maybe Murphy missed something. But, again, that's why we play this game, is to try to get all the kinks worked out.
Yep. So here we go back on the field, right around the Lonoke 29-yard line. Lonoke score right now 10-6. Robinson ahead. It's kind of really been a defensive battle between the two. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line of Lonoke. Burnett lines up behind Allen. Here's the snap. Allen runs to the left, pitches it over to Burnett. Burnett's got some space, gets to the outside, and he's met by 3 different Senators.
He put a
on
pop
the outside.
On him
Yeah,
there,
that was a big hit there. And I think, number 6, Ashton Williams, he was one of the guys there on the tackle. I mentioned it earlier. That's a kid that's going to be everywhere for the Senators defense as the year goes on.
Checking our other score from the other PCSSD network tonight over on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network. Sylvan Hills up 21-6 on Forest City right now.
Yeah, Forest City. Robinson has Forest City, I believe, week 1, the week after we play PA right back here at Charlie George Stadium, which will be streamed right here on the Robinson Sports Network. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 5 here for Lonoke. Allen in the backfield along with Burnett. Double receivers to both sides. Allen pitches it out to Burnett again. Burnett makes a man miss. We got a flag on the play. Host of Senators there on the play. Again, we do have a flag here on the near side. I think it might be a holding call.
First down for the moment, but it is a hold.
Holding is called against the Jackrabbits. So that'll back them up 10 yards. Man, I got to say, when you get holding penalties, there's nothing more demoralizing in football than a holding penalty.
You are not kidding, especially when you get a first down out of the play and almost in a position where I'm not sure the hold really helped them out any.
Yeah, that backed them up quite a bit. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Lonoke here. Again, we have trips receivers here to the near side, single receivers to the far side. Burnett lines up to the left side. No, that's not Burnett. That's somebody else. Throws it over. Oh, and then almost picked off. Number 44, Dylan Hunt there on the pass deflection.
It was a great recognition by Hunt to back up into the passing lane and knock that ball away as they were trying to kind of come with a little comeback screen, and they had some opening to it, but a great job by Hunt to get up and knock it down.
Yeah, great discipline there. The screen passes for years in football have been known to really, get after the discipline of different defenses, and Robinson did a good job of it right there. So coming back onto the field, it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 here for Lonoke.
Honestly, Hunt may have saved the receiver there because Williams was coming on a beeline and was going to absolutely annihilate that receiver.
So we have trips to the far side, single receiver here to the near side. Allen gets the snap, takes the jitter move there at the backfield. Makes a man miss. Allen pulls it down. He's going to run it forward. Allen gets to the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds right around the 42-yard line. And once again, Braden Allen, he is bailing out the Lonoke Jackrabbits there in the backfield.
Bell had his one way to put it. He should have been sacked in the backfield, and a great play on the pump fake to kind of swim under the sack attempt and then take off and pick up a big gain for the first down.
Again, this a lot of people in Class 4A, a lot of media outlets are saying Allen is a sleeper for one of the best quarterbacks in 4A, and we're seeing it right now.
He's showing it for sure here on this field against a really good 5A team. That's going to be a false start on Lonoke.
Yeah, false start there. Burnett moved a little too early.
I'll tell you, Aaron, the most difficult part for me here tonight is doing color commentary and trying to make sure I don't talk over you because I am a play-by-play guy.
Yes,
and so this has been very difficult for me to keep my mouth shut.
Yep. So here we go. Lonoke back on the field really quick here. We got bunch quads here on the near side. Allen going to run out to the right. Looks down the field, trying to find a man, but he's taken down, and that is number 44, Dylan Hunt, on the takedown. I don't think it's going to be a sack, but big-time tackle there by Hunt.
Yeah, he got about a yard on the play, but Hunt ran him down from his defensive end position, and another great job, great play by Hunt. And, there's been a few good defensive ends that have come out of this program, right?
Yeah. Yes.
One of them up in Fayetteville.
Really good crowd here tonight for a scrimmage. I mean, the whole bottom section of Robinson is almost full, and some of the seating up here close to the press box is looking pretty good too.
West Little Rock showed up tonight for sure.
Yeah. Going to be 2nd and long here for the Lonoke Jackrabbits. Allen looks to throw. He's got trouble, and he is taken down in the backfield. That is number 7 on the play, Malik. Oh, man.
Okun.
No.
Coin.
No, it is Malik Okune. Malik Okene, that's right. Okay, I apologize for that. Again, trying to fill out names here, and we got a timeout on the field. Relentless performance training timeout called by Robinson.
Hey, and listen, I'll tell you, don't feel bad if you get names wrong, because I promise you, it took me almost a full year to get Nico Davier's name right. I brutalized that name all the way until basketball season, and finally some folks corrected me pretty quickly. But if you know anything about Maumelle, they've had a few pretty good athletes come through there. Carl Daughtery Jr. is another one that I really just butchered his name for about 3 games on the basketball court. So don't feel bad, and I promise you, if you mess it up enough times, the folks in the comments will let you know how to fix it. So
they sure will. I've seen a lot of y'all's comment sections in a lot of games. So especially last year when we went to that bird game down at Shreveport, man, there was it was a good game, but man, the end of that game, man,
what a ball game. And I'll say this though, as much fun as that trip was, I'm beyond happy that we don't have any long road trips this season.
Yes, thank goodness. So anyway, back on the field, it is going to be 3rd and extremely long here for Lonoke. Number 18 this time, Jackson Jr. in the backfield with Allen at running back. We have double receivers to both sides of the field here. 3rd and long here with 40 seconds to go in the first half.
3rd and 22, long way to go here for the Jackrabbits.
Hey, we've seen him convert it, though, a couple times already. Here's a snap. Allen looks down the middle. That's going to have to run to the right side of the field. He's being chased down. He is going to be taken out of bounds.
That's going to be a sack.
And that, sure enough, it's going to be a sack. That's number 7 again, Malik Okene.
A big play there by the Robinson defense. Fantastic job there just to run them down and hold them to a fourth. And more importantly, got him out of bounds as he ran out instead of trying to throw the ball downfield or stay inbound. So now the clock will stop, and Robinson's going to get an opportunity on offense one more time here before the half.
Yeah, big-time defensive stop there for Robinson, and Lonoke will be punting from their own 30 or 29-yard line. The snap goes to number 12. Boatwright punts it all the way down. It's going to get a hop, and they're going to field it right at the, looks like the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Robinson there. And your score right now, Joe T up 10-6 on Lonoke here in the second quarter with 32 seconds to go.
Well, I think it's safe to say we're going to get to see the arm of Quentin Murphy here. I'd probably look to see a screen here early, maybe try to get a little success and get across midfield. Maybe a design quarterback run with Murphy just to get them into a little better position. A great kicker for Robinson. So if you can get it around the 35, you've got a shot at 3.
Yeah, we saw Tate a second ago. I mean, he kicked it from the 40-yard line, and he missed it, but it was still it would have been right on the money. I mean, he had the length and everything.
Missed a 44-yarder wide left.
Murphy drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run. He's going to try and get to the sideline, and he does. Gets out of bounds right at the 49-yard line. The clock will stop at 27 seconds. Probably a smart choice there. The pocket was collapsing, and Murphy stepped up in the pocket, made a good choice there. And that'll bring up 2nd and 4 now for Joe T. Robinson.
Backcourt.
Here we go. Freeman in the backfield with Murphy. Trips receivers to the far side. Murphy drops back, gets a screen pass underneath. Throws it to receiver. That's number 1, Chase Nichols on the catch, and that's going to be a first down for Robinson. Ball marked at the 43-yard line. And Robinson going to go quick here, Steve.
I was a play late on the screen, but good time to use it there with 17 seconds left.
Double receivers to both sides. Murphy going to throw it quick. He's got a wide open man, and he gets out of bounds. That is number...
Is that 80?
I don't have an 80.
I don't either. That's a new one.
That's number 80, Gabriel Bonner on the catch. He goes out of bounds right at the 29-yard line. And it's another first down for Robinson with 10 seconds to go.
Where'd you get that O in there?
They gave me a new.
Okay.
They gave me another roster. Here we go. Trips receivers here to the near side. 10 seconds to go. Here's the snap. Murphy rolls out to his left. He's got a man trailing him behind. Throws a sidearm to the sideline. It's caught. That's number 1, Chase Nichols, again on the catch. And he goes out of bounds right at the 21-yard line.
What an impressive throw by Murphy off of a weird platform, though.
Yeah, that was really, I mean, you're seeing a lot of quarterbacks nowadays kind of when they're on the run, just go ahead and throw it sidearm, and I mean, it's working. You're seeing a lot of NFL quarterbacks do it, and a lot of college quarterbacks doing it. So, great ball there.
Is that Patrick Mahomes effect?
I believe so. So here we go. Number 99, John Tate, the sophomore, will come out on to kick the field goal. Pretty deep field goal here, so this will be interesting. 5 seconds to go. We have a late Robinson player coming onto the field. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. What a kick there by the sophomore Tate. And with 3 seconds to go here in the first half, Robinson extends their lead now 13-6 on top of the Lonoke Jackrabbits.
I'm looking out there. I don't believe, and I didn't ask, but I don't know if we have a band performance tonight. Doesn't look like it. So
I did not see the band anywhere on the stand. So
yeah, I don't either. But typically we would do our best to make sure we're broadcasting the band performance at halftime. I will say this just for the future. Here in a couple weeks, I don't know that we'd do it during a PA game, but in the future we do have every plan. We want to make sure we can highlight the band. One issue that we're concerned with is copyright on music, and so there is the potential that could get us in trouble, and that portion of the stream kicked off. So we will have to be careful with that.
Which is really dumb.
We know that Robinson does. We've talked with them, and they're going to go straight to the half here. They're not going to play the last 3 seconds. It doesn't look like.
Yeah, it's probably I mean, because they're kicking off. Lonoke's probably not going to get a chance. So probably a good choice there. So into halftime we go with 11:40 to go. 11:40 counting down to halftime. Robinson leads the Lonoke Jackrabbits here in the preseason scrimmage here at Charlie George Stadium, 13-6.
hop on just a second.
Check. Oh, there we go. All right, we're back here at Charlie George Stadium here at Joe T. Robinson High School. If you're just joining us right now, Joe T. up on Lonoke 13-6 here in the benefit game to start the season here in 2022. Robinson looking to have a successful season once again like last year after going 14-1 and routing Shiloh Christian in the state title game last year in the Class 3A 42-14. Robinson, again, this year has – I'd say a very, very talented roster again. I think they've got a really good chance to maybe go to the Class 5A state championship this year in their first year in Class 5A. I've got my man here, Steve Henson, with us. And, Steve, you're going to be doing a lot of the Maumelle stuff. Well, not a lot of, but every Maumelle stuff. I think that's those two teams, out in Mill, I'd say Mills and maybe – Pine Bluff, I think those four teams are probably your teams to watch for the 5A Central maybe.
I was having this conversation with the coaching staff over at Maumelle at practice on Monday, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Central kind of plays itself out. We know Watson Chapel is probably going to be a little bit down again. They're still struggling with numbers. Robinson looks like the team to beat in the Central. And then after that, it's kind of, to me, it's up in the air. Maumelle and Mills are going to make some noise. Whitehall's a team that, with Ryan Mallett as head coach, they're getting a lot of love right now in the 5A Central. And so it'll be interesting to see just how good they can be, because they lost a lot from that team that played for a state title last year against PA. And of course, new head coach after Bolding leaves to go to Parkview and be the defensive coordinator. And now you've got Ryan Mallett running things there. So I'm really curious to see how Whitehall plays out. To me, I think it's going to be Robinson, Mills, Maumelle, and Whitehall.
I agree. I like that list too, but, the Whitehall deal, and that's Freeman at the very back part of the field there on the return. I really think, like you said, Whitehall they're getting a lot of love, and it's that was expected with Ryan Mallett. And I'm not saying he's a bad coach or anything. I think his pedigree at Mountain Home, what he was able to help do and rebuild that program at Mountain Home, I think he's got a good pedigree as a good head coach. But 2 returning starters on both sides of the ball, that's tough in 5A.
It's going to be interesting. And again, you wonder what Mallett can do. He wasn't the head coach at Mountain Home. This is his first head coach job. He's the son of a head coach, obviously, and a ton of experience. So we'll see how that goes there.
All right, Robinson comes out in the pistol. Here's the snap. He's going to fake it, throw it here short. That's Ashton Williams, but he throws it out in front of him, and it's incomplete. Man, haven't seen that yet. Ashton Williams went out for a pass there. I'd hate to be uh-oh. Camera kind of glitched a little bit.
Yeah, we're still having some glitching issues with the camera. We apologize for the technical difficulties, and that's the reason why we're doing this game, is to really try to work all that out. I want to say thanks to Cicely Lawson. That is Ashton Williams' aunt, and she's watching all the way from North Carolina.
Here we go. 2nd and 10 for Robinson. Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off up the middle to Freeman. Freeman gets through the line, and he is taken down right around the 28-yard line. Good run there by Noah Freeman.
The one thing that I'll say about our technical difficulties, and is as the owner of Natural State Sports, along with my business partner Will Watkins, we guarantee that we'll have the camera issues fixed by next week for that PA game.
Oh yeah, we're really looking forward to going over to Pulaski Academy next week.
The cool thing with that game, too, is we're going to have cameras on the field and up top.
Ooh, we're going big. Freeman breaks it open. There goes Freeman down the hashes. Freeman's got a man beat. Freeman down the field, and he's tripped
up. By the ankles.
Tripped up by number 4. That was Latrell Burnett. Burnett getting up kind of slow. Burnett saved a touchdown there for Lonoke. But, Steve, you mentioned it earlier. Noah Freeman, he's got the breakaway speed, and we just about saw it there on that big run.
Yeah, give him, 42, 44 yards on that run. What a big run by Noah Freeman. And if not for a shoestring tackle, he's in the end zone.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for Robinson at the Lonoke 28-yard line. Ashton Williams lines up to the far left side. Now Williams and Dotson switch places. Dotson comes in motion. Murphy gets the snap. Pump fakes. Looking to throw deep. Can't find a man. Quentin Pulls it down. There goes Quentin again. Makes a man miss. Spin moves. He's still going down the sideline. Still in. He hadn't stepped out of bounds. Quentin Murphy is into the end zone. Give them 6 touchdowns, Senators.
How did he not step out of bounds on the sideline?
No way. Oh, my goodness. Quentin Murphy. Give him the Heisman.
That was incredible. I thought there's no chance. I think even Lonoke, they were all pointing at the sidelines. I'm looking at the kind of the delayed replay I've got here. Let's see how he stays in bounds. He broke that one, and he absolutely did stay in bounds on the sidelines. What a play.
What a play. The sophomore quarterback, big play there to get him going there. Now up 19-6. And Tate with the point after. Snap the hold. Kick is up, and it is right down the pipe. And Joe T. Robinson has now extended their lead now 20-6 on top of the Lonoke Jackrabbits. Man, what a play. Wow. What a play by Quentin Murphy. What a way to start it here in the second half. Big run by Noah Freeman and then the big play right there by Quentin Murphy. And that was not a design quarterback run. We have seen a couple of quarterback design runs here in this football game, but that right there, that's called improvising.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you went back, if you looked at it on the replay, I think he wanted Bonner to kind of break out on that pump fake. They were trying to do a little bubble, to fake the bubble, and then get Bonner up top and give Lonoke credit. They did a good job to shut down and kind of hold Bonner right there in the backfield. He couldn't get out of the play, so Murphy just tucked it, took off, made a couple of guys miss, broke a tackle, and then tightrope the sideline for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's just an exciting moment there for Robinson. I know this game has kind of been – I'd say I wouldn't say deadlocked, but it's kind of been dead a little bit. It was kind of a defensive standoff in the first half, even though Robinson was ahead. But man, that right there, I mean, you could see the crowd. The crowd got going right there, and so did the sidelines. So.
You got going right there.
I did. I really did. That was exciting. I mean, that was pretty fun to see right there. So.
Ms. Sargent on our YouTube comments letting us know that that is her grandson, Gabriel Bonner. And she is excited to be able to watch. She can't make it from Emerson for every game, so we're excited to have you watching. And, again, you'll be able to see every single game right here on the Rock.
We are looking forward to it again. I'd like to give a good shout-out to my buddy Tyler Chenault. He will be my color guy for the rest of the year. He's out tonight helping his wife with their newborn baby. So, again, congratulations, Tyler. And I know you guys are really enjoying that right now. So,
speaking of some of our crew here, I want to say a big thanks and a great job. I believe now I was told that Dalton's running the first half on camera, and that my buddy Mark Miller, who is a Robinson alum, is running the camera for the second half. And I got to say, he did pretty good following Quentin Murphy to get that touchdown. As I'm watching the replays, a really great job there by Mark.
Really good. I really like the crew we've got here at Robinson this year. I'm really eager to kind of get a part of this program we got. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Lonoke at their own 20-yard line. Receivers are bunched to the near side and the far side. Allen in the backfield with Johnson. Allen gets the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle of Johnson. Johnson's got some speed, lowers the shoulder. He is a little guy, but, man, he is not afraid to take the contact, and he is taken down right at the 39-yard line. How about that run right there by number 18, Marquez Jackson. I'm sorry, Marquez Jackson.
Dotson's going to get credit for the tackle, but he was basically just a speed bump on the way through that run. Is a big-time run there for Lonoke.
So we're going to bring up 1st and 10 for Lonoke at the 35-yard line. Once again, a bunch receiver set to both the far and near side of the field here. Allen barking out the calls here on the play. Here's a snap. He's going to throw it quick out to the outside. He's got a man. It's caught. Oh, my goodness. That's a catch, but he's taken down right at the 44-yard line. Steve, I'm not sure if not sure if you just saw that, but I believe that was number 29, Caleb Doucette. Literally just threw the receiver down like a rag doll.
Yes, he did. I looked up and just saw somebody sitting on their backside.
Trying to look here at the replay, and, yeah, sure enough, he just kind of overpowered him there.
Oh, goodness gracious, he did.
So, anyway, it's going to bring up 2nd and 2 here. Big gain right there by Lonoke, and we got quads here to the near side. Interesting little setup here. Allen in the gun. Jackson.
They don't throw a screen out of this.
Jackson to his right. Here's the snap. He's going to hand it off to Jackson. Jackson up the middle. He's got some run. Oh, my goodness. Ooh. He is taken down hard. That is, I think, number – I can't see it. 60. Number 60, that is Lucas Chance on the tackle there for Joe T. And looks like we're having a little huddle here in the middle of midfield. Something going on.
I think we're talking about the pickup and throwdown tackle potentially. I think they may be just saying, hey, let's not do that. But I didn't really see any. Looking at the replay, it was just kind of part of the play.
Well, Steve, I mentioned it early on in the broadcast. Joe T, and you got to see it twice this year. They're a really physical team this year. I mean, they're not afraid of the contact, and that's they were the same way last year. They really took Shiloh Christian to the. Here's the snap. It throws it outside. That's number 5 on the catch. He's going to be taken down. That is number 26, Tank Reese on the tackle. And there's the freshman again, Steve. This kid is looking really good to start his high school career.
I tell you, Lonoke, I think, thought they had something or a mismatch there as they tried to go with a quick snap, and it did not work out as Reese was ready for that play, stepped up from his linebacker spot, made a big play.
Brings up 2nd and 9 here for Lonoke. Lonoke trying to get something set here fast. Allen looking here to the near side. 2 receivers to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side as well. Burnett is back in at running back here for the Jackrabbits. And there's the flag. I figured they were going to call that, and that's going to be a false start on Lonoke.
And I'm looking, I know on our feed, again, we're getting a few glitches here and there on our cameras. We're pretty sure we've got a connection issue with our cameras, so we're doing our best to make sure this stream stays up for another, say, 20 minutes or so, 21 minutes. But we appreciate everybody joining us and letting us get the kinks worked out here in this benefit week so that we can bring you a pristine broadcast next week in that PA game in week 0.
New fixes. It's coming. It'll be fixed by next week. Here we go. 2nd down and about 14 here for Lonoke. Allen's got Burnett in the backfield. There's a snap. Allen looks to the right side of the field. He's looking to throw deep. He does, and it is a duck ball, and that is going to be intercepted. That's number 5, Jaden Dotson on the pick, and Robinson has got the ball back at their own 32-yard line. Steve, that was not a pretty ball.
No, and I can promise you that if I run into Jaden Dotson on the field after this game, he's probably going to have something to say about my speed bump comment, and now he makes the interception to make up for it. So great job there by Dotson on a ill-advised kind of tough throw. I don't know if that slipped out of Allen's hand, but a great job on the tip drill. That's why you work on it in practice.
Yeah, that's just one of those things. Could have been squeezing the ball way too much and could have been the reason there, but definitely not a great throw by Allen there. And Robinson takes over here on 1st and 10 on their own 32-yard line. Brings Nichols in motion. Here's the snap. Murphy looks to throw. Running around to the pocket. Now he's going to run out to the right. Here comes Murphy. Murphy throws it over the top to Nichols, and it's incomplete.
Give Lonoke a lot of credit there. They really covered up in the secondary really well on that play. Murphy just didn't have anybody open, and I believe Lonoke may have had a linebacker spine Murphy to not allow him to get away. So great job there by Lonoke on defense.
Yeah, and you got to give credit here to Lonoke's defense. They've really done a good job of trying to keep this offense of Joe T locked up here. I mean, it is 20-6, but a lot of people I know were really talking about that Joe T was going to run away with this one, but it's not the case here right now.
No, I mean, really, it's been 3 big plays for Robinson is the difference.
Here's a snap. That is number 7, Malik Okene on the carry. Got it right.
And good play there by Lonoke on the defensive end. And
yeah, good play.
No gain on that one. It'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
Tough going here. They've tried that run with like they had a minute ago with Freeman. Tried it again right there, and again, Lonoke's front 3 right now. They have really controlled the front here midway through the 3rd quarter. Here's a snap. Murphy drops back. He's going to throw a screen underneath to Okene. Okene's got it. He's got open field. He's got a block. There he goes down the field. Breaks the tackle. Tries to spin move off a man, and he's finally brought down right at the 40-yard line. That's Malik Okene on the catch and the Robinson first down.
Another big play there, and I think
we do have a flag on the play, and it is a holding call on the Senators.
I think we're having some connection issues with that camera right now, so we'll keep talking and bringing the action to you if we do lose the feed. And to your point, a penalty is going to bring this one back.
That's another big play that Robinson has had tonight where, they get another big play. They had the touchdown early on in the 2nd quarter called back because of a holding, and there was another one. called because of a holding penalty. And like I said, the most demoralizing penalty in football, Steve.
Yeah, 2 first downs negated because of it, and that was a big one. That was a big, big play. You're taking you out. You're on the other side of the field there. An opportunity here is, the starters have probably only got this quarter left to play.
Yep. So here we go. Murphy's by himself in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's a draw play. He pulls it down, gets off a tackle. There he goes, and a big block there by Oakney, and runs over a man, but he's not going to get the first down. He's hit out of bounds right around the 38-yard line, and that's a big defensive stop there for Lonoke.
Looks like Escola's going to roll the dice and go for it here with his starters on the field.
Might as well, man. Might as well create some adversity here for your team early in the season and see how they deal with it here.
Well, adversity's coming next week. That's just what happens when you play PA, so this is an opportunity to get your mentals right.
Oh, yeah. Here's the snap. Murphy looks to the left side of the field, trying to roll around. He's going to run it to the right. Here comes Murphy. Throws it across. He's got a man. It's open. He dropped it. He dropped it. That was number 16, Kanan Bell, the intended receiver. And once again, another big stop there for Lonoke's defense. So Coach Norton over at Lonoke's got to be happy with the way his defense has played here in this game outside of a couple of different broken plays by your Senators here. But as far as the offense goes, as Coach Escola probably not happy with the execution here tonight.
Yeah, that's a tough break. Now that's your backup quarterback that's out there trying to catch that pass, but you want to see, you need that. That's why he's there. You hope he's going to make that catch. That's an easy first down, as he did a good job to kind of find the hole and sit down in it, and Murphy delivered a catchable ball. Just got to make that play. Good hit by Lonoke, but that ball's got to be caught.
Yeah, 100%. And we're back on the field here. It is 1st and 10 for Lonoke at the Robinson 38-yard line. I'm going to get these hash marks right eventually.
You'll have it down by midseason.
Hope so. So anyway, Jackson's back at running back here for Lonoke. He had a couple of really good runs here just a second ago on their last possession. Allen tries to get the defense to jump there. Here's the snap. Allen looks to throw across the middle. He's going to step up. He's got an opening. Here comes Allen down the sideline. He's being tracked down by a couple of Robinson Senators, and he's pushed out of bounds right at the 27-yard line. And Braden Allen replicating what Quentin Murphy's been trying to do on offense, pulling it down and running it right there.
21 yards on that play, and just a great job by Allen. Robinson really had a good pressure on the play, and he was able to step up through it and found a big seam and opening and picks up 21 on the play.
Yeah, that was a big veteran play too. Allen has been from what I know, has been a starter for Lonoke at least, I think, since his freshman year. So, he's a seasoned quarterback, and he knows what he's doing back there.
That can be a difference maker for sure. That's a big piece. You got that consistency at quarterback.
So it's 1st and 10 for Lonoke inside the Senator red zone. Looks like Burnett goes out and lines up behind his other receiver. Offensive line of Lonoke trying to get a call. Allen going to fake the sweep. He's got a crease. Braden Allen up the middle, runs over the safety, and he is in for the Jackrabbit touchdown. What a run there by Braden Allen. He faked the sweep there, took it up the middle, and just did the rest himself.
Yeah, Robinson bit hard on the fake sweep, and you really got a key on Allen. I know that they've got a good running back there in number 38, or 30, who is that, 30? I'm trying to go back. 18, I think it's. Yeah, Jackson was in the backfield, but you've got a key on 7 in that play, and not let him get you on the fake.
Yeah, I think when we talk about the 2-4A conference, you got Harding's, Cade Smith, who's a committed baseball player to the Razorbacks, but I think Braden is probably arguably the best quarterback in that conference. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 6:45 to go here in the third quarter at Charlie George Stadium at Joe T. Robinson High School, the Senators lead at 20-13 here in the benefit scrimmage before the PA game next week over on the hill of PA. So,
you've said it a few times in this game, but this one maybe again a little closer than what a lot of folks thought it would be. And again, benefit game. It's hard to know how your team's gonna respond. You know that they're excited to hit somebody other than each other, and so it's a good opportunity to kind of showcase what you can do. But for Lonoke, this is an opportunity to say, hey, look, we're going to come play you, 5A school, play up, come to your place and knock you around a little bit. So give a lot of credit to Lonoke. They've played really well here tonight.
Yeah, Coach Norton, he is not anyone to really mess with. I mean, he went to Perryville. He took a Perryville program in that had not had any success at all before he got there. And really, I think he went 21-22, which is a losing record, but considering what Perryville did before he got there, I mean, he did a really good job of really trying to build that program over there just north of us here. So, anyway, that was Boatwright on the kick. Freeman returns it right at the 18-yard line. No.
15.
15. Wow, I am way off. I'm struggling here, guys.
You're at a fun angle over there, especially with these windows. But, hey, look, man, PCSSD has done a phenomenal job with the facilities here at Robinson. And I don't know that, Maumell's got a great press box, but I don't know that anybody around's got a much better view than what we have here at Robinson.
I agree. So it's going to be 1st and 10 here from the Robinson 20-yard line. Trips receivers here to the near side. He's going to hand it off. No, it's a fumble. Oh, my goodness. You got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Number 6, is that 68? No, that was number 66, Taylor Coffey. What would you call that? Would you call that an interception? Would you call that a steal? Would you call that what exactly would you call that?
I think it's going to be ruled. I'm going back to watch the replay here. But that was interesting. That's definitely not what you're expecting if you're a Robinson fan right now.
Wow, what a play right there! And
that ball, it just the mesh point was rough. Looked like maybe Murphy he put it in for the RPO and he kept it, and just slipped right between their hands and up in the air. And Lonoke was the beneficiary there on a nice easy touchdown run. And we're all tied up. Wow, what a turn of events here in the third quarter after that.
It is a tie ball. Are you kidding? I mean, this was a 20-6 ball game just a second ago, and Lonoke, I mean, they've found their way back into it. I know, like we said, it's just a scrimmage game, but Lonoke finding a way to get back in this thing here.
Yeah, that was interesting, and again, we'll see if they stick to the plan of pulling the starters after the third, especially in a 20-20 game. As Coach Escola, they're going to have a lot of work to do here over the next week and a half. Not to say they've played badly. You've had the mistakes that you would probably expect in a preseason game, but again, this is why you do it, to figure out what you got to work on. And that was a situation there where the RPO wasn't handled very well. Murphy held on to it for a little bit long, maybe. And ball squirts out. Maybe the humidity had a little something to do with it, but Lonoke beneficial there.
Well, I'm just glad that it's happening in this game, because this game obviously doesn't count. So hopefully, they're going to, with the film study that Coach Escola does with a lot of his players, I mean, they're obviously going to go back and look at that and hopefully correct that before we go over to Pulaski Academy next week to take on the Bruins.
Yeah, those are mistakes that you can't have against PA. Last year I came over here to the PA game in week 0 when they played here at Robinson. And Robinson really battled with them pretty well, but like most teams, it just, they let it kind of get away late. But it's going to be an opportunity again to prove that you can play with a team like that, and you've got to be able to withstand issues like that and adversity. And so maybe it's a good thing to see the adversity here in this tie ball game here late in the third.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Robinson. Here's the snap. Murphy looks to throw. He's going to throw it right across the middle, but he throws it right to a Lonoke defender. And that is, I believe, number
8.
Number 2, J.T. Stewart on the interception. The sophomore makes a great play there, and man, not an ideal throw there for Quentin. Kind of really definitely underthrew that ball, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if Murphy expected the receiver to run more of an out instead of a post, but the receiver was definitely running a post kind of up the field, and maybe he should have flattened it out. I'm not sure, but that ball was nowhere near his intended receiver. It was kind of right in no man's land between the two receivers out there.
So now Lonoke has got all the momentum in the world. They've got great field position here, and they have a chance to take the lead here if they can. They're obviously going to try and get a win here. I know, we've got a fourth quarter coming up that's going to be continuously running, but this would be a major moral victory for Lonoke. But Jotie's got to step it up here on defense. They kind of let one slip a minute ago with the run by Allen. So I think, right here they got to build a brick wall.
Yeah, back-to-back turnovers for our Senators, and now's where you really got to step up and kind of prove that you're the more physical, tougher team.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 Lonoke at the Joe T 34-yard line. Burnett is in the backfield with Allen. Double receivers to both sides of the field. Allen sends Burnett in motion to the left side. Throws it. He's going to throw it over to Burnett. Burnett makes a man miss. Burnett still going.
Williams.
And who is that? That was Ashton Williams on the hit. Burnett, though, does get about maybe a 2-yard gain. He's probably going to feel that one tomorrow.
Yes.
Man, what a hit there by Williams.
Got a Lonoke fan in the comments, Jaden Williams, so appreciate the Lonoke fans watching as well.
Here we go, 6:05 and counting left in the third quarter. Ball game is tied 20-20. Double receivers here, both to the near side and the far side. Jackson is back in the backfield here for Lonoke. Here's the snap. Allen has to roll out. He's got a lot of players right. Throws it out to Jackson. Incomplete. It's Ashton Williams. Williams down the sideline. The 30, the 20, the 10. You can give him 6 touchdown Senators. Ashton Williams makes an athletic play there right at the 30-yard line. And Robinson opens it up again. They take the lead now 26-20. Steve, how about the focus and determination? There's a reason why he is a very, very talented linebacker here in the state of Arkansas.
What an absolutely great play. I mean, off the tip, that should have really been caught. A great play by Allen just to try to keep it alive. But Williams with the concentration to get the pick, and then all he saw was green grass ahead of him.
What a run. I mean, he showed off the speed right there, too. That was really good-looking kid running down the field there. And here we go. Tate's going to kick the point after. The snap, the hold, kick is up, and it is right down the pipe. And with 5:30 to go here in the third quarter here at Charlie George Stadium, your Joe T. Robinson Senators lead it 27-20 on top of the Lonoke Jackrabbits.
Aaron, that's how you answer a turnover right there, man, is jump in there and get your own turnover. The pick 6 is a big play, and I promise you that down in Emerson, Miss Sargent is Ashton Williams. I'm sorry, it's Gabriel Bonner. I meant to say, I messed that up in our comments. Let me go back up.
Dang it, Steve.
Miss Lawson all the way out in North Carolina. I bet we can hear her yelling if we didn't have the headsets on, screaming for Ashton to score that touchdown.
That was awesome. And we've had two great plays here in this game. I mean, that have been just wow plays pretty much by 2 really good players for Joe T. Robinson. And this is only a benefit game. So I am like I said, been telling Steve all summer that I've been so excited to get this thing going, and sure enough, we're going pretty quick here.
You know, I promised some folks after they heard that when I said it earlier when we put the highlight video out announcing the partnership with PCSSD that we would have, I promised, a very exciting play-by-play person and a very excitable commentary crew for these games. And Aaron, you're proving me right, buddy. I appreciate you.
I'm doing my best. I'm trying to do my best. So. Anyway, Tate is back onto the field to kick off here for Joe T. Robinson, and back deep are 2 Lonoke Jackrabbits. Kick is high and deep. He kicked one to the back of the end zone back in the first half. Not happened right there, though, so he better pick the ball up.
Oh, it just trickles into the end zone. Now, I got to believe in a regular game that not dead kick, you picking that ball up.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, that's obviously – something you wanted to do. I know, what was that, a couple of years ago, a Clemson and South Carolina State game where the kid picked it up in the end zone and just stood there and gave it to the ref. I mean, that was embarrassing.
So I tell you, just a neat little thing. If you guys are interested in keeping up with what's going on across PCSSD and the other games, if you go to your YouTube channel, if you're watching this on YouTube, and you look down, you kind of scroll down on the main home channel of the YouTube channel, there is the PCSSD Sports Network links, and it's got the links for every single channel that we have. So the Maumelle, the Mills, the Robinson, and the Sylvan Hills. So you can kind of toggle between the different games. Now, I want to point something out real quick because I'm going to use this as a challenge as we go through the season. But Robinson currently with 96 subscribers, Sylvan Hill with 74, Maumelle with 34, and Mills down to 19. So we'll see who has more subscribers by the time the year is over.
All right, we're back on the field here. It's 1st and 10 for Lonoke. Trips receivers here to the near side. Jackson in the backfield here with Allen. Here's the snap. Going to fake it to Jackson. Throws it out to his receiver. That's number 3. Trying to make a man miss, but he goes back inside. Not exactly where you want to go. Bunch of black jerseys coming downhill right there to make the tackle. I believe that was number 26, Tank Reese, on the tackle, Steve.
And Reese just continues to impress as a freshman. And jumped over real quick, give you an update. Sylvan Hills leads Forest City 21-6 in the third. Now if I can get my YouTube to wake back up. The thing is slowed down a bit here on this drive. Is not in much of a hurry. Lonoke letting the clock run.
4:50 to go here in the third quarter. Allen just kind of letting the clock run like Steve mentioned. Looks like he's trying to get some guys to jump off sides. Allen drops back to pass. Reed's blitzing. He hits him in the back, and that's overthrown. And once again, Tank Reese there in the backfield made a big hit there on Braden Allen. And I got to tell you, I know it's a scrimmage, but, man, they are laying the wood right now to Braden Allen in the backfield, Steve.
I got to say, Evans O'Lamley was impressive there from the safety position because I really thought the receiver had our Senators beat, and O'Lamley came back over the top. Ball was well overthrown, but had the ball been thrown well, O'Lamley may have been able to come down with an interception.
I agree. So it looks like we got a timeout on the field. I'm not sure who called the timeout. I didn't get a chance to see that, but that is a relentless performance training timeout. So we kind of talking here. This is just an absolute beautiful backdrop we have. I've got a view of the the eastern Ouachita Mountains, I would say, in front of us over here. We kind of got, can't see Pinnacle. We got some mountains over here to our left that are really pretty beautiful backdrop, and that was another reason I was really looking forward to doing this. I mean, this is a beautiful facility over here at Joe T. Robinson. I remember coming over here when I was still in high school. I came over here, watched a Malvern and Joe T. Robinson game. Man, it seems like forever ago now, and the difference between then and now is just absolutely crazy. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I remember when they still had grass. I remember when none of that field stuff was there, it was all trees, and it's just crazy to see all this stuff.
And it's been a lot of fun to just continue to see PCSSD be able to pour into the facilities across all the schools. Maumell's getting a nice upgrade coming. There's some new upgrades coming over here to Robinson. So, again, to your point, beautiful facilities and just a great job here at Robinson.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Lonoke. They haven't gained a yard yet. Here's a snap. He's going to roll out to his right. Oh, my goodness. Hunt was there, and they're going to get him in the backfield. My goodness. I just mentioned it a second ago. He's going to feel a lot of these hits, but that one right there, looks like that was number 14, Brayson Rucker there on the hit first. Dylan Hunt, though, number 44, was there first to really kind of block Allen's view of throwing that ball, Steve.
Yeah, and Brayson Rucker's a guy that I've been waiting to call his name all night. That's a kid that's got great size, a good-looking kid, but a track star. He has got several offers to run at the next level. That kid can absolutely fly.
So it's going to be 4th down, and Lonoke will be punting the ball away with 3:54 to go. Low snap. Punt is up. It's a decent punt right there. Oh, that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
I started seeing the glare here in front of me. I was like, I got to get rid of these lights.
Yeah, I was like, is the field getting darker or is it getting brighter outside? I was like, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, the punt goes down to, it looks like, the 43-yard line of Lonoke. And it'll be 1st and 10, Joe T. Robinson, as they lead it 27-20 here at Charlie George Stadium.
Got a lot of folks starting to talk in the comments again as we go through the season. You guys, we are a very interactive broadcast. We love to interact with the fans.
Oh, wow.
And so we may not see every comment, but we do our best to jump in the comment section and respond to some of the things said. Keep it clean, have fun, and just enjoy the ball game. But we'll chit chat with you as well.
Different quarterback in the backfield. That's number 16, Kanan Bell, and he gives it to number 26, Tank Reese. Reese gets about a 3-yard carry. And, Steve, I don't know if you saw the latest comment. Tank Reese is the younger brother of former Robinson great running back Hunter Smith.
Oh, that
I
makes
did not
sense.
know that. That's thank you for that, Ryan. I appreciate that comment. That's good to know. Did not know that at all.
Yeah, to the point of Ryan there, he says he's really, really good. There's not a lot of freshmen that are going to play at this level, so, yeah, he's got to be pretty darn good.
Here's a snap. Bell's going to look, though, throws it deep, and he overthrows a man. And that's incomplete. His intended receiver was number 4, Jamarcus Brown. And Again, that was number 16, Kanan Bell on the pass. She did a little rollout play right there, kind of overthrew the receiver just a little bit. I like the read, and I like the choice there where he threw the ball. Just a little too high when he threw his receiver.
We'll remind everybody, hit that subscribe button. We're up to 97, and you don't want the other PCSSD schools to beat you out on subscriber numbers this year.
Bell's going to hand it off to Reese. Reese has got a crease, but he is taken down and tracked down by a Lonoke linebacker. That is number 29, Cody Amato. I believe that's right. And it's going to bring up 4th down for Robinson. Do you go for it here, Steve?
I mean, it looks like they've went to their backups for the most part. You're just about at the end of the third. I'd go for it. I don't see what you have to lose. Let these second string guys prove some things. And you got Bell, who's probably maybe a little better thrower.
Here we go. They are going to go for it, and Bell is in the backfield of Reese. Here's the snap. Bell looks to throw it back across. He's going to step up and run it, but we got a flag on the play on the far side.
Offsides. No, illegal formation on the Senators.
Yes, illegal formation on Joe T. So that's going to back him up a good bit.
We'll see if that changes the idea. As you know, now it looks like he wants to walk it off the other way. I think they're confused. The officials, it's a benefit game for them as well.
So they're getting used. They're getting the hang of things back again. A little score update here from our buddy Kyle Sutherland, who's attending the PA Bryant scrimmage. Bryant is up 21-18 on Pulaski Academy right now, the end of the third quarter.
That was a dogfight in their benefit game last year, too.
Mm-hmm. If only we could get that in a real game. Here's the snap. Bell looks to throw. Throws a screen underneath to Reese. He's got a blocker in front of him. Reese down the sideline, pushed out of bounds right at the 39-yard line, but it's going to be 2 yards shy of the first down. And once again, this Lonoke defense comes up big with the help of a penalty.
I like the play call. I thought it was executed well. Again, just 2 yards short of actually picking up the first down. Maybe if Reese cuts inside, he's got a little better opportunity instead of having to use the sideline. But, something that's going to be interesting to watch. You think about last year's state championship run, and when they came out here in those first 2 weeks of the year, Jakaisen Wright was the quarterback, and he was the more athletic guy. He was the guy that you knew, kind of like Quentin Murphy, just a smaller version, and could really move it athletically. But then they changed things up in that Maumelle game and brought Jack Cleveland out in the second half, and Cleveland was a little more, of a more prototypical passer type guy, and that will really help move the offense. And so we'll see how much interchanging they have. As Bell is kind of in that mold of a guy that he has that size, 6'4", 170 pounds, and can really rocket the ball down the field.
Yeah, I agree. Back on the field here, it is 1st and 10 Lonoke at their own 41-yard line. Allen and Burnett in the backfield. Here's the snap. Allen looks to throw. We got a close, maybe a hold, and Allen's going to pull it down and run it. And he is taken down right around the 47-yard line.
Allen may be banged up. Oh, no, we don't want to see this. That was an awkward – he went down awkwardly, and I'm really – let's just hope that's some kind of strain. It was an awkward tackle. Boy, yeah. Let's hope this isn't anything serious.
I really hope that this is nothing too bad. I mean, this is not a player that Lonoke wants to lose at all. I would consider probably the leader of this team.
Oh, without a doubt. I'm looking at the replay here to see he spun. Maybe his ankle got rolled up on the end of the tackle. They're looking at his ribs, though, it looks like. Up in the chest, rib, maybe shoulder area. Let's hope for maybe not we don't want to speculate, but let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, definitely. This is a really good football player that a lot of media outlets in the state of Arkansas are really looking at as a big-time recruit to go to play at the next level. So hopefully nothing too bad here for Mr. Allen.
I want to say thanks to my buddy Cabo. He's watching the Sylvan Hills game and giving some updates on Twitter. So big thanks to our buddy Kevin Bohannon, the baseball guru. And let's see.
And Allen is up, standing on both feet, and is kind of gingerly walking around. Might have been a
it didn't look like they were looking at anything lower extremity, but he's definitely limping.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they are definitely going to bring in the backup quarterback, and that is number 22, Will Payne, a sophomore. So he's really going to get some good reps here playing against this defense of Joe T. Robinson as a sophomore.
Talk about a size difference. My goodness.
Yeah, number 22, that's Will Payne, sophomore. And
we don't have sizes, but he is definitely significantly smaller than Allen.
Anyway, We resume play here. It is 2nd and 4 now for Lonoke. As I mentioned, backup quarterback Will Payne in for Lonoke.
We'll see if this changes the offense.
Here's the snap. They're going to hand it right off to Burnett, and he is met at the line. Well, no, has an extra push, and Burnett's still going. And he's still going, Steve.
He never
finally
got tackled.
Brought down. I think they're going to give him the first down.
He's really close. One spot is right at the 49. That's what they need for the first down. They may have to measure this. It is extremely close. If it's the spot of the official coming from the Robinson sideline, then it's a first down. If it's the spot on the other side, it's not. And I don't even know. They're not even going to measure that. No, they gave it to him.
They did give it to him. So it's a first down. What a run there by Burnett. Wow. Had an extra push there. Looks like he was stuffed at the line of scrimmage, but then had that extra push. And Jackrabbits still fighting here with 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Sorry. Here we go. Double receivers here to the near side. He's going to fake the handoff, throw it outside, and it is incomplete. As, man, number 44, that was Dylan Hunt coming quick into the backfield there.
Aaron, I'm watching the sideline. Allen looks like he's lobbying to come back in the game, so he's obviously okay. And we'll see if the coaches decide they want to bring him in. Like to your point, 1:08 left in a benefit game. Well, 22's headed to the sideline. Let's see what they do. They may go direct snap to a running back, it looks like, though.
No, he's
coming. Nope. Allen's going to come back on the field.
Coming back onto the field, so it looks like Lonoke's they want to win this game, and I don't blame them. And this will be a big confidence booster for this Lonoke team that a lot of people are kind of, I wouldn't say low on, but a lot of people, I think Lonoke could be a really good team in that 2-4A conference this year. So it is 2nd down and 10 here for Lonoke.
May delay a game. They're not going to get this off. No penalty. They still haven't called it.
And we do have a penalty, and it is delay of game on Lonoke. So looked like the decision-making right there kind of backfired for Lonoke, so that'll back them up 5 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 15 now for the Jackrabbits.
I think Lonoke just waited too long to get Allen back on the field. And Allen's got a noticeable limp as he walks around the 40-yard line, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, that's definitely something to keep an eye on as you move toward week 0. I'm not too sure on who Lonoke has week 0. I know for sure we have Pulaski Academy, though.
Yes.
So. Anyway, here we go. Here's the snap. Allen going to throw it, and it's almost – wait a minute. It is intercepted by Dotson. What a pick there by number 5. And Robinson, for the 3rd time tonight, has got a turnover on defense.
Listen here, coaches. This is the reason why you do the tip drill. Players, everybody, this is the tip drill. 3 picks off tips tonight.
Yeah, and that was a great job, too. I'm not sure who undercut that, the tip at the beginning of that, but that was a great defensive play. God, the quarterback kind of read that a little too long. Was kind of looking at the receiver way too long, and that's what helped the linebacker come underneath and knock that one away.
Yeah, just a great play there. I can't tell. The linebacker was pretty upset that he didn't get the pick, and so much so that he didn't realize that they got it anyway.
Yeah. Here we go. A different quarterback again, number 17, Connor Grissom at the helm. Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Freeman. Freeman gets away, and he is, almost lost that football. And he is going to be marked down right at the 48-yard line of Joe T. Robinson.
Aaron, are you at all surprised to still see Freeman out there?
I'm not really, because, there's what we've seen tonight. They've got 3 different guys. Oakney has been another guy that could really do it in the backfield, and I think they've got a plethora of guys they can put out there at any time and any place. It's going to be 2nd and 8 here. Here's the snap. Grissom looks to throw. He's going to throw it down the field, and it's incomplete, but we have a flag on the play.
We weren't set, and the penalty was thrown really, really late. I think they just decided at the last second to throw the flag because we had 2 receivers moving at the snap.
I mentioned a second ago, Lonoke actually has CAC next week. They've battled the Mustangs. Mustangs are coming off a really bad year, I would say, and they have to go to CAC, and that's a former conference opponent. So anyway, penalty does go against Joe T. Robinson, so that'll back him up. It'll bring up
CAC is a team that kind of fallen on hard times the last few years, but there's some really good talent over there. I know a kid Rycraw, who's the younger brother of Christian Rycraw, who was at Bryant for a while. I think it's Sean Rycraw's over there, really good running back. So they got some pieces. We'll see what CAC can do this year.
Grissom in the backfield again. Freeman there next to him. Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Freeman. He's up the middle. Freeman bounces outside. He's got a little space, and he's trying to come back inside. And he is met right at midfield by a host of Jackrabbits. And that will most likely be the last play of the third quarter. And, yes, it will be. That'll be the last play of the third quarter here at Charlie George Stadium. And Joe T. Robinson leads the Lonoke Jackrabbits 27-20 as we go into the fourth quarter. Now, this fourth quarter won't be too long, I don't think. It's going to be a continuous clock that'll go all the way through the third quarter. No, it won't stop for any flags. So we're going to go ahead and here cut to a break, so we'll be back right here on the Robinson Sports Network. All right, we're back here at Charlie George Stadium. It is 27-20. We begin the fourth quarter here, and it is going to be 3rd and 5 here for Joe T. Robinson. Looks like that is number 17, Connor Grissom, and number 7, Malik Oakney in the backfield. Here's the snap. Grissom going to keep it. Rolls out to his right. Throws it underneath. He's got a man. That's Dylan Hunt down the sideline. Hunt makes a man miss.
Oh, my.
And Hunt is going to go to the end zone. But we do have a flag here on the near sideline. It is a touchdown for Robinson, but we're going to see what the penalty is first.
What speed out of Dylan Hunt.
I mean, talk about that. That was out of nowhere.
I didn't see that coming at all. This is going to get called back because of a hold is what the official's trying to explain to Escola. But, boy, the speed by Hunt.
Still awaiting the call here. Did we get a call? I didn't see a call.
I didn't see it, but the official was looking at Escola and explaining to him what the hold was. I think he got his hands outside.
Yeah, and once again, there's another one of those penalties that has just kind of plagued Joe T. Robinson. I mean, imagine we would probably be up by 20 right now had it not been for these holding penalties. So anyway, it is going to be a first down though for Joe T. Robinson at the Lonoke 34-yard line. Grissom in the backfield with Oakney as well behind him in the pistol formation. Dylan Hunt in the slot. Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Oakney. Oakney's got a hole up the middle. Oakney gets down the sideline. There goes Malik. Malik down the sideline. Breaks the tackle. Oh, my goodness, Steve. You can give him 6. Touchdown, Senators. Malik Oakney made 2 guys miss. Well, didn't make a miss. Ran through both of them. Made it look too easy, and Malik Oakney's got his first touchdown of the season, Steve.
What a play. I thought he was for sure going to be knocked out of bounds, and he just shook the 2 guys off down there inside the 5 to get that touchdown.
What a run right there by Malik.
And again, it just goes back to the point of just how deep this backfield is for these Senators.
I'm telling you, man, like was mentioned ago, I mean, I don't really think it's going to matter who they put back there. I think, all all of the guys that they put back there are going to be threats to defenses as we go through the season.
And speed out of every one of them. It just looks like everybody's got a little bit of something to bring. You look at Reese as a freshman. He's going to be that pounder. He's going to really hit you hard. Freeman's a real patient runner, but once he gets in open space, it's hard to catch him. But Okune just showed right there just how fast he can be, and then also the balance to stay in bounds and break the tackles and get in the end zone.
Yep. So after the point after, it was good. And after the point after, with 11:31 to go, and the clock is stopped. So I guess they stop after touchdowns. But nonetheless, in the fourth quarter, Joe T. Robinson now leads it 34-20 on top of the Lonoke Jackrabbits, who for a little bit there had some really good momentum, but these latest 2 touchdowns have just kind of been really tough to come back from.
Well, Ashton Williams is a guy that we've talked about a lot on this broadcast. You're going to talk about him a lot throughout the season. The state of Arkansas is going to be put on notice by him. But Ashton Williams changed this ballgame with that pick 6 that is after back-to-back turnovers for our Senators was leading to Lonoke really having some momentum. Looked like Lonoke was going to be able to push it down and maybe score and take the lead. But a tipped pick 6 by Ashton Williams was the kind of the difference maker here late in this one that gave Robinson that momentum back, and now they've added to it.
So another little score update over at PA. Bryant now leads PA 28-18. Bryant, of course, I mean, they've got a massive game. Battle of, I think, the border between them and I think Denton Ryan, Texas.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know who Denton Ryan, Texas is, that if you're talking about Texas high school football, that's the epitome of Friday Night Lights. I mean, that's a team you see down there at least in the state championship almost every year. So that's going to be a big game in Shreveport coming up as well in the non-conference slate.
You know, how many games in a row has it been that Bryant's won in state? It's a gaudy number. It's something insane.
Well, if it's me and you, they should have beaten Longview last year. I don't know if you watched the end of that
that's
game.
That's where I was going with that.
They should have won that game at Longview, but obviously, you know, Texas they have to have their high schools look good. So
they had to get some home cooking in that
probably slid them a couple of dollars underneath, down there in Longview, Texas. So.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that game against Denton is actually being played in Shreveport, right?
Yes, yeah, that's being played at the Independence Bowl, I think, in the nice part of Shreveport, I believe. So,
yes. I think that's a little nicer stadium than what we played in against Bird. Now, that's not to say anything bad, because it was a fun atmosphere.
It really
at Bird.
was.
It was a great that Bird program was a lot of fun. I think a team that went on to win their conference and go pretty deep in the state playoffs in Louisiana last year. So
you want to know what my favorite part about it was? The coach next to us.
Oh, man.
that was an experience of a lifetime. It brought me back to days when I was playing football under my father. So
we heard some words in that game and things that we couldn't quite mute out on the broadcast came across our mic. It was that was an interesting one for sure.
Rough. We've got it looks like 3 different penalty flags on the field. I think it might have been. Oh, get the call.
And see, Aaron,
offsides.
This is going to be one of those moments where it would be great to have an eye doctor or an eye clinic as our penalty flag sponsor, because from my vantage point, my view, and my glasses, I thought their tackle moved.
Well, I've got 20/20, so I ain't got to worry about that. So, all right, here we go. It's first and 5 for Lonoke. They're going to hand it off right at the middle, and he is stuffed right in the backfield. Looks like that was number, is that 35?
I believe so. Looks like we've got a lot of subs in the game now as we've gotten to the fourth quarter and opened up a 2-touchdown lead. As Allen's night's done, as the sophomores back in there for Lonoke. So.
Yeah, that was number 36 on the play. Adrian Phillips for Joe T. Robinson on the tackle. So getting in the stat book tonight here. Now, Steve, I do think their tackle moved on that play. So I don't think you had to miss that one. So it's going to be a false start on Lonoke, so that'll back them up 5 yards.
Ball don't lie.
It does not lie. It does not lie. That applies for football, too. So here we go. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11 now for Lonoke after the penalty. Steve, I believe our man Colby Garland is watching.
Hey, good to see Colby. There he is. That's my guy. I'm ready to
snap. Payne drops back. He's being rushed on, and he is going to be taken down.
Easy money.
By a host of black jerseys there in the backfield.
Easy money. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're still headed up to Link Academy if I'm correct. If not, correct me. But excited to see our buddy Colby get an opportunity at prep school and then on to the next level after that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make a trip to Branson for sure.
Oh, who doesn't want to make a trip to Branson?
I normally don't, but we won't get into that.
Oh, no. Oh, no, not that.
Hey, can we talk about our guy down there, big number, what is that, number 76, Nick Billups, the junior defensive lineman playing in the middle at 6'5", 200 or 370 pounds.
Big kid, man. He can move, too. I just saw him a second ago. He's a mover.
I'm sorry, 5'11". I gave him a lot
snap.
of height.
They're going to hand it off again, and he gets a little room here. And that is number
Ball.
a fumble on the play. Nope.
Nope.
It was not a fumble. He just spun down. That was number 8, Zorian Gibson on the carry. Apologize if I said that wrong. But it's going to bring up 4th down for Lonoke, and I think the Jackrabbits are going to punt this ball away.
Yeah, get a little special teams work here as they will punt it away. That was an interesting play. Robinson was in the backfield almost before the handoff. I think they were so aggressive that they just overran the handoff.
Mm-hmm. So back deep for Robinson, number 16, Kanan Bell. And then number 10, Caleb James are the returners for Robinson. Obviously, they're not going to return it, but it's good to see those names back there for him as well.
I'm going to get another penalty flag here, delay a game, as Lonoke was late getting guys out for the punt now. And they will call it.
Delay of game for Lonoke. Looks like they're still kind of trying to figure out personnel here in the fourth quarter.
Aaron, I think the folks in the comments are loving your Malik calls, so it looks like they're going with you in the comments with the Malik. So.
Hey man, I'm loving every bit. I know it's a benefit game, but I've had a lot of fun here tonight. This has been really fun, and this is just the beginning. Everybody, again, we'll be live next week over at Pulaski Academy for the Natural State Sports Natural.
You're right.
Grief.
You're there.
Yeah, Natural State Sports Game of the Week. If I don't butcher it, but yeah, that's going to be a really exciting game, and I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it for at least all summer now. So,
Colby Garland confirming he is headed up to Branson to Link Academy. So excited, a lot of talent. That is a very, very well respected prep school, and Colby's going to have an opportunity to really show out. He, coming from Magnolia, was a big piece of those state championships with Darian Ford, came up to Maumelle, and even though we came up short with a tough performance in the playoffs, just Colby Garland, just a difference maker on the basketball court.
Grissom's going to hand it off to Knowlton. He's going to keep it. Pitches it. What a pitch right there. Wow. Holy cow. Pitches it over number 2. Stays in, and he runs into the end zone. But, Steve, we have a flag at the 40-yard line.
Well, I think our official over here is calling him out of bounds anyway, and I don't think the play's going to count.
Oh, my goodness.
Once again, I don't know if Coach Escola's got these kids running tight ropes in practice or doing gymnastics, but their core strength and ability to stay in bounds down the sidelines is pretty impressive.
I agree. And how about the pitch right there by Grissom? I mean, he put it on that right there a little bit. But anyway, we're still waiting to call here. There's a yellow flag on the 40-yard line. So they're huddled up right on the 40-yard line, and we're trying to wait the call here. And the clock is stopped, so I guess it is stopping. I did not know that.
Back to your point on the Natural State Sports Game of the Week. We'll have one each week, and we'll start putting that schedule out as we go throughout the year. But we'll have a Natural State Sports Game of the Week each and every week. And, again, we're going to open the season off with these Robinson Senators against the Pulaski Academy Bruins next Friday night in Week 0. And I don't know that we can beat that matchup anywhere across the state. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I really don't think so. And I know a lot of people are really high on PA, but I think a lot of people, should be what was the call right there? I just missed it. I'm sorry.
I think it was a formation penalty. Well, I think we might have 2 penalties. An ineligible man downfield is the second one.
So what that was just chaos. That's what that was. Yes. That offensive play was just chaos.
You know what I'm going to say? I think our officials got fooled by the fakes and the pitch and just wanted to call an illegal man downfield. I don't think that was really what happened.
I mean, Connor got me on the fake. I thought he gave it to Knowlton right there, but I was wrong. He faked me out. So
we still haven't walked off a penalty, though. It should be a 5-yard penalty. It should be first down from the 45.
Yep.
Be 1st and 15. But, again, are they going to call it from the spot? That's not a from the spot penalty, is it? They are. They're walking it off from the 37. So instead of 1st and 15, it'll be 1st and 12.
Got a new comment here by Ryan. He says, got to clean up the penalties and dropped passes. And I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it could probably be 50-something. Oh, man, we got a fumble. Grissom picks it up, though. Grissom, he's a big kid. He's going to be tough to take down, and he is finally brought down at least looks like the 40-yard line and turns a busted play into a good gain.
6'1", 190. He's the biggest of the quarterbacks out there in terms of just pure size. And he showed it there, being able to kind of throw the stiff arm and get a couple extra yards out of it, get it all the way down to the 35, a gain of 7.
Hey, man, respect big quarterbacks. Right?
Hey.
Respect the big quarterbacks.
I'm 100% respect them. There's some good quarterbacks across the 5A Central as well, especially here in Pulaski County and PCSSD. So I'm excited to see all these guys work this
Knowlton
year.
and Grissom in the
Another
pistol, another penalty. Knowlton carries it all the way down to, it looks like, the 27-yard line, 26, but we have another penalty called on the Senators, and you can see Coach Escola is not happy with his quarterback. Looks like barking out something to him there on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's talking to the quarterback. Yep.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he's he gave him the good point at him, so I think that might have been at the quarterback, but.
It's another shift penalty, another illegal formation, illegal shift is the call, but we've had several of those, whether it be just too many guys moving at the same time or not lined up properly with too many guys in the backfield. So, again, we go back to Ryan's comment of cleaning up the penalties. That's a big one. And those are easy ones to correct. The formation penalties are just – you're going to see that in film, and Coach will be able to clean that up pretty quick.
Yeah, and these guys, coaching staff, they're big believers in film, and I think they'll definitely get it cleaned up. Grissom's going to fake the handoff. He's going to have to roll out to his left. Another penalty. And it's incomplete. And like we said, we got another penalty here in the backfield, and I would say that's probably the 1,000th penalty on Joe T. Robinson tonight.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a penalty on the big offensive lineman, Chris Sims. I think he got beat and just kind of threw an arm out and grabbed a hold of the tackle.
Yep. So. And it is a holding call. Looking over to the Lonoke sideline, and they did decline it. I mean, it's a benefit game. So trying to get some guys some reps here, so – it will be 4th down now for Joe T. Robinson. They're obviously probably going to go for this, I mean, considering the spot on the field.
Yeah, to your point on film study, this is a program that's well known to watch. They watch film kind of like college and pro programs. They watch a lot of film.
And I'm a strong believer in that, too. So here we go. Trips to the far side. Here's the snap. Grissom throws it back across. It's going to be incomplete. Try to go to Kanan Bell, and that will be a turnover on down. So that was a backup quarterback to backup quarterback throw. That's a what's that name? What were the names in Friday Night Lights? J.D. McCoy and Matt Saracen right there connection. So
speaking of Denton, but yeah, it's funny you talk about the film study deal. I was talking to you. Coach Escola was on 103.7 The Buzz the other day doing an interview, and I just happened to be in the truck when it was happening and was listening to it, and it was funny. They were asking him some questions, and one of the questions that came up was, how many kids did he graduate last year? And without missing a beat, Coach said, well, 100%.
Yeah, that's one of the things that a lot of people have been talking about at Joe T. They did lose a great amount of seniors off that team last year, but in saying that, they've got a lot of seniors on this team this year too. So
yeah, it's a senior-laden team. A lot of guys that are going to really kind of lead this team, but some good youth that's going to help continue to build this program in the future.
Yeah. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Lonoke on their 40-yard line, and Payne is in the backfield again. Here's the snap. Payne rolls out to his right. He's got to run away from some tacklers. Oh my goodness gracious. Number 11, that is Jordan Warren coming in and making a big hit there. Payne gets right back up from it, and that's what you want to see out of a young quarterback like that. But, man, Warren was shot out of a cannon right there.
What a play.
It's going to bring up, looks like a 4-yard loss there for Lonoke, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 14 now for the Jackrabbits.
Be sure to join us if you're just wanting to get your football fixed. We got a couple more games this week. We'll talk about after the snap. That's a false start.
Another penalty on the play. A false start will be called against Lonoke.
But our other broadcast this week, so we're going to see another 4A program on Thursday is over on the Mills Sports Network. we'll have Mills taking on Bauxite and Prescott in what's kind of a jamboree style. There'll be 2 quarters of full play for the varsity. Mills will play the 3rd quarter against Bauxite and then Prescott in the 4th.
Payne in the backfield. Here's the snap. He's going to hand it off. He gets to the outside, and he's a little bitty guy. He's running pretty well right there, but he's met by a whole host of Senators in the backfield.
That young man,
he probably got it back to the line of scrimmage there. That was number 33, Colton Moore, another sophomore on this team. I'm looking through the roster for Lonoke, and, man, they've got a lot of sophomores on this team. And really, I mean, it's a pretty evenly matched roster here, a lot with sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So.
Yeah, they do have quite a few sophomores out there. And I was going to say that number 33, Moore, he's a guy, I don't think you want to see him find space because I don't know. He looks pretty darn quick.
He looks like he's a quickster. Here's the snap. Payne drops back. He's going to throw it out, and it is incomplete. Try to go to Moore again, and it's going to bring up 4th down for Lonoke. Steve, back to the Mills scrimmage you got Thursday. Those 2 teams they've got coming, I think, are 2 really good clubs. I know Mills is now a 5A school, and they've probably got some really good athletes, but Bauxite is an up-and-coming program. They were really young last year, and they're bringing up probably their best freshman class, sophomore now, onto the field. And they're going to be really good. And for the first time in 10 years, they're going to be out of the 7-4A conference, so they're probably going to enjoy that. And then Prescott, I think, is everybody's favorite to win the 3A title this year. So. Yeah,
it should be some interesting matchups. Those 2 quarters, I think, are going to give Coach Lee and his guys a good opportunity to see what they have. That is going to be caught and downed.
I do have another score update on the Bryant game. Into the 3rd quarter, Bryant is up 28-26 on PA. So PA kind of made a little comeback right there, if I can get it out right there. But anyway, guys, our other game going on right now, Sylvan Hills taking on Searcy over in Sherwood right now. Don't have a score update on that.
I'm working on that for you.
If you don't like my commentary, you can go over there and watch that one too. So
our buddy Jake Hall on the call over there. I know Dylan Davis is with him, but I think we're having some headset issues, so you only may be able to hear Jake in that broadcast.
Here's a snap. It's a different running back.
More speed.
That is number 42, Nick Abrams on the carry. And, Steve, that's a sophomore. 42 is a sophomore.
Just more speed, man. Tons and tons more speed.
And that's another big kid as a sophomore.
So I believe that's
we have another flag.
No way. No way.
They're backing up the Senators again. That's another penalty. I'm not sure what the call was. I didn't get to see it. But the Senators now backed up onto their 41-yard line with 5:20 and counting to go. Scores 34-20. And it looks like Kanan Bell is in the backfield at quarter. No, that is not Kanan Bell. That is number 18, Ryan Aderholt.
So an update on the game over there in Sherwood between Sylvan Hills and Forest City. Sylvan Hills wins that one 28-18.
Here's a snap, a delayed snap. Ball's on the ground, and looks like Aderholt jumped back on it.
We're definitely deep in the depth chart here for Robinson here for this final 4:44. But congratulations to Sylvan Hills as they pick up the first, well, not official victory, but they get a victory in the benefit game. So Coach Hill and his crew should be pretty happy with that victory, and they'll move on to a big Week 0 matchup, a PCSSD matchup between Sylvan Hills and Maumelle in Week 0.
I don't know who I'm going to cheer for in that game. Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Abrams again. Abrams to the left side. He's got some speed, and he looks like he's going to be taken down at the 37-yard line. What a run there by the sophomore, number 42, Nick Abrams.
So to your point, as the hometown play-by-play guy for Robinson, and considering we're in the same 5A Central, I gotta guess that you're probably going to have to root against the Hornets.
Yeah,
on Friday night.
I think so too. Hey, go Bears!
Yeah, you got a couple of Bears here. I got my 9-year-old who is going to be a 4th grader at Sylvan Hills, and then the little one of the Diesel over there, the 5-year-old, he'll be in kindergarten at Sylvan Hills this year.
Well, there you go.
So we're a family of Bears, even though I grew up a Hornet and call for the Hornets now.
Here's a snap. Aderholt looks to throw. He's got to throw it quick. He's got a man open, and that is number 2. He breaks away from a tackle. He breaks away from another tackle and another flag. He's going to run it in, but we do have a flag here on the near side of the field. Man,
goodness gracious! Talk about
that was number 2, Caden Blaylock, that ran it into the end zone. Really shifty player there as well. But, yes, we do have a flag on the play.
I want to say this real quick. I want to say congratulations to the Robinson Sports Network, the Robinson fans, as you're the first PCSSD Sports Network YouTube channel to go over 100 subscribers at 105.
There we go, baby. Let's keep it going, guys. We're just getting started here at the Robinson Sports Network. This has been extremely fun already, and there's going to be many more fun games to come this year, guys.
Hey, you want to know the best part about going over 100? Is now we can actually change our URL to the Robinson Sports Network, so you don't have to search that funky little URL.
Let's go.
That's the best part of getting over 100.
So it's going to be first down here for the Senators. Here's the snap, and that's Bell at quarterback. He's going to throw it out wide. He makes a man miss. There he goes. That's number 29, Caleb Doucette, and he gets all the way down to the 15-yard line. Caleb Doucette was the inside receiver. He made a great catch and run there for the Senators, and they're inside the red zone here with 2:46 and counting to go.
Really showing off the speed there. Good job by Doucette just to find a little seam and get out ahead of get behind the defense. So great job there for Doucette.
So Robinson trying to get up here quick to run a play and get probably some extra yardage as well in the no huddle. Here's the snap. Bell's going to keep it. He's going to roll out to his left, try to throw it away. It's going to be caught by Blaylock. Gets through it, but he fumbled the football. And,
the ball may still be loose.
I saw it get kicked away there for a second. Trying to see who recovered it.
I think Lonoke fell on it.
No, Robinson returned it or fell on it, so they'll get it back. Looks like they're going to mark him down right at the 5-yard line. And Blaylock is kind of limping back to the huddle a little bit. Not a good thing to see there.
You're right. That ball did get kicked out of there. The Lonoke player went down and went between his legs or arms.
I saw a little speck kind of scoot across the football field, and I was like, is that the football or is that a fly somewhere?
Yeah, the Robinson player kicked it and kind of that was the only reason Robinson came back out of there with it.
So here we go, number 41, Darnell Clark gets the carry. Clark off to the right. You can give him 6. Touchdown, Senators. Darnell Clark is into the end zone for his first touchdown of the year. The sophomore showing off the speed here late in the game, and with 1:31 to go, Robinson extends the lead now by 20. It's Joe T 40 and Lonoke 20. Looks like that is number 98, Ethan Caldwell, now coming out to attempt the point after.
Another great job by our camera operators up there. Even we've got a few glitches in the middle of that, but a great job there by Mark to follow the action. And again, we're working with some new camera operators, some folks that haven't used the cameras much. So just a great job by Robinson alum Mark Miller up there on our cameras. And as I said before, just wait, because next week we should have at least a 2-camera set up over at PA.
Very nice. Here's a kick. It goes up, and it is through the goal post. Kick is good, and your score now here in the fourth quarter at Charlie George Stadium. The Joe T. Robinson Senators lead the Lonoke Jackrabbits 41-20.
So quickly, I want to remind everybody, great opportunities to advertise on our streams this year. You can advertise just here on the Robinson Sports Network. You can advertise across all 4 streams if you'd like. Again, we do have a partnership with the Pulaski County Special School District creating the PCSSD Sports Network. We're excited for that partnership. We're very thankful for the folks over at PCSSD for believing in Natural State Sports enough to allow us to produce these streams and highlight these great athletes across Pulaski County. And that being said, a great opportunity for business owners or just fans across the board that want to support your athletes out here to advertise or sponsor our streams. We've got several different opportunities. Robinson's got a lot of opportunities there. Another cornerstone home lending touchdown there for the Senators, and we would love to have as many of you Senator business folks and fans here in West Little Rock or across Central Arkansas, our reach is going to be great. I know we had some big-time reach just on Maumelle Sports Network last year. So if you guys are interested in being a part of our broadcast, reach out to myself, Steve Henson, Steve_NSS on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook, Steve Henson, and shoot me a message, or you can find us on our Natural State Sports page, or just messages on any of the Robinson Sports Network channels.
Here's the kick. It's deep, and it's going to be fielded right at the 10-yard line. Obviously not returned here this week. Would be next week, though.
Yes. We'll get to see the hits in the return game, some things you want to limit here in a game like this.
Yeah.
But it becomes a big part of the game as we get into week 0. But again, I'll go back to our sponsorship and advertising. You know, this is kind of a new thing for a lot of folks. You know, broadcasting live these high school games has come a long way over the last few years. You've got, you know, Benton and Bryan and those guys kind of started doing it, and it's really grown. And we've got some great crews across the state that like to do these different broadcasts. And we like to think that we have the best broadcast out there in the state, and our viewership shows that, and we'd love to have you on as an advertising partner.
That's one of the reasons I joined. Here's a snap. They hand it off up the middle. He is going to get a pretty good gain of yards there, about 5 yards up the middle. And that is number 33. I just had his name here. Number 33, Colton Moore, again on the carry for the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, Aaron, we were excited to be able to get you on. I know you had some other responsibilities and a great Facebook page that covered a lot of the Southern Arkansas teams, and so we appreciate everything that you've done for us and being a part of NSS.
It's been fun so far, and this is only the first one. Here we go. Here's the snap. Moore gets it again up the middle. Moore's got a crease, but he takes a shot there right around the 30-yard line. That was number, I believe, 23, Randall McIntosh on the hit there for the Senators, and it's going to bring up – it's like he's just shy of the first – wait a minute.
No, they gave it to him.
It is a first down. So that'll be a first down, Jackrabbits.
30 seconds to go.
29 seconds, actually.
Is my wife sitting next to you telling you what to say?
Oh, goodness.
Correct him.
1st and 10 here for Lonoke at their own 40 or 31-yard line. Payne looks to throw. He's got a man open here on the side. It's going to be caught by Boatwright, and he is taken down right at the 32-yard line. Gain of about 2 yards.
He was boat raced.
And that is going to be the final play of the ball game. So Joe T. Robinson gets things going on a good note here at Charlie George Stadium here in the scrimmage game this season. And your final score here at Charlie George Stadium, the Joe T. Robinson Senators win this one 41-20. And next week, your Senators will be on the road to go just down the road to Pulaski Academy to take on the Bruins in our Natural State Sports Game of the Week. So, fun game here tonight. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And, Steve, I appreciate you coming on as well.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me. I've enjoyed it. And great job by the Senators to pick up a win here in this preseason matchup. And I think we got what we expected, maybe a slow start, found things there late, but a great job by the Senators to get the win. And I'll talk real quick about our broadcast coming up, and then I'll let you close us out, Aaron. But, again, Mills, so 5 o'clock. We will go live probably about 5:15, roughly, on Thursday night on the Mills Sports Network. So make sure you join us over there for Mills, and they'll play, again, a jamboree style. There'll be several games, but there'll be 2 quarters of play for Mills as they'll play Bauxite and then Prescott. And then on Friday night, I'll be at home, and you'll get to hear me on play-by-play as well as Kayla doing production and our team over at Maumelle on the Maumelle Sports Network as the Maumelle Hornets and Coach Brian Maupin, who a lot of you Senators are very, very, very you know exactly who Coach Maupin is, and we're excited to have him over at Maumelle. Very familiar with Coach Maup, and he's doing great things to change the culture and change some things over at Maumelle. So excited for that season to get going. But join us this Friday night on the Maumelle Sports Network as the Hornets will take on the Marion Patriots in a benefit game. And then next week, it all gets started for real, week 0. So we'll have 4 games next Friday night across all 4 networks. We're looking forward to you guys joining us as we'll get some big ball games in week 0. And like you said, Aaron, including that Pulaski Academy Robinson game right down the street on Henson Road. And looking forward to that one, my guy.
Yeah, really, I think it's going to be a really fun game. Unlike last year, I know Pulaski Academy really took care of the Senators last year, but I think this year could be a little bit different. I think the attitude has kind of changed here. Coach Escola talked about, some of his teams starting out the year slow, but I think this year's a little different. And Pulaski Academy, obviously going to be a tough task, but I think Joe T is definitely up for the task. So, all right, guys. Well, that is going to conclude tonight's ball game here at Charlie George Stadium. I appreciate everybody watching. And from everybody here at the Robinson Sports Networks, from Steve Henson and myself, Aaron Weatherford, thank you all for tuning in tonight. We'll see you next Friday night as Joe T. Robinson takes on the Pulaski Academy Bruins in the Natural State Sports Game of the Week. Everybody have a great night, and we'll see you next Friday.